In this video, I'm going to explain everything you need to know about doing an urban hike. I'm going to talk about exactly what it is and how you can get yourself organised so you can go out on one, but also why it's an excellent alternative to doing a hike in more rural environments. It's coming up. Welcome back, it's Eddie from Hiking Britain. On this channel I cover all things hiking, whether it's in the fells, the mountains and forests, but also camping as well, and hiking in an urban environment like a town and city like this. So if that appeals to you, please consider subscribing by hitting that button down below. So as we know, hiking is brilliant for you in all sorts of ways. In fact, I did a video about it 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'll leave a link in the description below. Because you're out there, you're exercising, it's great for your physical health, but also your emotional and mental health as well. Of course, you're learning new skills when you're out hiking and learning about the history and the environment of the area that you're in. But also as well, you're going to make some friends along the way. So altogether, it should be fun and adventurous. So urban hiking tries to replicate and capture that whole experience of hiking in more rural conditions like the hills and mountains and countrysides. But in a town and city like this, my hometown of Newcastle upon Tyne, you'll probably recognise those fantastic bridges behind us. So what would an urban hike look like in reality? So it could be anywhere that you're familiar with in and around your own town or city, or you could actually do it on a city break. And there's no hard and fast rules, there's no right or wrong. As a general rule of thumb, I think I'd be aiming to make it at least 5 miles or a couple of hours of walking, and you can plan it as meticulously as you like, or just turn up in the centre of the town or city and just start walking. Instead of turning right, turn left, go to places you've never been before. Try and turn it into a bit of an experience where you're going to try and discover a pub you didn't even know existed, or a cafe, or learn something about the city by perhaps one of those statues that we've walked past 1,000 times. Take note, learn a little bit about who the person is. Just make it as interesting and as adventurous and as fun as possible. I'm hiking along Newcastle's quayside at the moment. I've just come across a hole in the wall here. I've got no idea what's inside. There's some sort of tunnel system, and I wouldn't recommend everybody does this, but I'm going to take a look inside and find out what's going on. Well, nothing much happening in there, but nonetheless it's really quite interesting. Getting inside, get my torch out and having a look. So how do you plan an urban hike? Well, for me it's very similar to planning a rural hike in the fells and the mountains. That means it usually starts with looking at a map, either a digital online map or a hard copy of a map, and just getting a feel for the area in terms of things that are points of interest. For example, in an urban area like where the bus station is, where the train station is, just get a feel for the layout. So when you turn up, you have a rough idea where things are in terms of famous landmarks. But if I come into an urban environment, especially if I go to a city where I'm not very familiar, I like to kind of get lost a little bit, and you just find so many fascinating things. Also, if you can, find any excuse to exercise. For example, if you find a steep staircase on your travels, climb them. Oh dear me, I'm out of breath. Something like that gets your heart pumping. Great physical exercise. If you'd like to see more videos like this and be notified the moment I release the next one, make sure you hit the subscribe button. This is exactly what I mean. I've just come up that steep staircase, and at the top of it, in this location I didn't really know existed, is a section of Hadrian's Wall. Fantastic. So, what do you need to bring and wear on an urban hike? Well, it's a bit common sense, I know, but you need to wear clothing that's going to keep you warm, dry, comfortable, and carry equipment that's going to keep you safe as well. So, yeah, comfortable walking trousers, wear a synthetic or wool base layer, so if you do start to sweat, that sweat's going to wick away from your body and pass through to your outer clothing. In terms of your footwear, I would recommend wearing either trainers or some sort of approach shoes, because you're going to be walking 2, 3, possibly 4 hours, and you want to be comfortable. You're probably going to want to carry a rucksack like I have. Inside here I've got a waterproof just in case it starts to rain, but also an additional warm layer, so if I stop for a brew or whatever outside, I can quickly put it on and keep myself warm and comfortable. But also as well, you need to consider what happens if something goes wrong whilst you're on your hike. Either you start to feel unwell, or you have a little accident like you sprain your ankle. What are you going to do? So I would suggest carry some sort of basic first aid kit that's going to help you along, but also consider as well, maybe carry some money. Also have an idea of the public transport system in the town or city that you're in, so you can bug out and get away as quickly and as easily as you can. A little suggestion for you, because you need to maintain your own safety when in a town or city environment, especially one that you don't know. So if you're not with somebody else, if you're on your own, try and blend in a little bit. Don't stick out like a tourist, like somebody who doesn't know where they are or what they're doing. Certainly don't have expensive kit like £1,000 DSLR hanging around your neck, because you're vulnerable to some miscreants out there who will take any opportunity to pick your pocket or steal what's ever hanging off your person, or even in your hand. If you're looking at your mobile phone in the middle of the street, you could have somebody on the bike just whiz past and snatch it out. If you're going to get your phone out to start looking at your map, get into a little doorway just to find out where you are, and just try and blend in. And at the end of every hike, of course, it's really important to have something to look forward to. Cheers. So there you go. If you haven't got the opportunity to go to Helvellyn anytime soon, try an urban hike in a town or city. I guarantee you'll have an excellent time. Get some exercise, stimulate your mental health, learn some new skills, learn some facts in the history of the town or city that you're in, make some friends, but above all, have some fun and have an adventure, and get yourself out of your comfort zone. You're going to love it. So let me know in the comments below about urban hikes that you've done and you'd like to share with everybody else. And until next time, catch you later.